So guys, the crypto markets are still trading sideways. Price action around Ethereum is looking weak, but if we could reclaim that 2800 zone, it's going to look good for altcoins and the liquidity and how everything is shifting. Bitcoin dominance is still at 61%, and based off of a few charts around the Fibonacci sequence and pretty much some percentages, this isn't looking too good for altcoins. But if we can reclaim that 2800 zone, there is a few predictions in the crypto markets as to when altcoin season is already going to be happening, which is more than likely going to be in the next 30 days. Overall though, if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. Intermediate trader, documenting my journey since the beginning of 2023, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated on the day-to-day events. No other crypto influencer, YouTuber does this, guys, to keep you guys updated with specific indicators you need to know, the day-to-day events, how sentiment is shifting, and exactly how you can allocate and overall position yourself to make sure that you are making the most gains. Right now, altcoin investors are losing hope. They don't think altcoin season is going to be happening, when really we are still on track to see some crazy price action for altcoins. But we need to be keeping up with the right indicators in the market, and also price action on Ethereum right now, and also exactly the predictions as to when altcoins are actually going to start to get that liquidity. I want to walk you guys through all of that today and exactly what you need to know. Let's jump into it. So guys, like how I said, price action around the markets is still trading sideways. Bitcoin sitting at around 96,000, Ethereum sitting at 2,700. My portfolio, as you guys can see, mainly revolved around AI and meme coins, are down significantly, which is why you should really start allocating to the market. We've been keeping up with indicators around Bitcoin dominance, which is really showing to the fact where liquidity is shifting in the markets. The total 2 chart has been getting beat down very significantly, and this is why you really need to start looking at the right altcoins, right positions. Benjamin Cohen talks about pretty much the price action around Bitcoin dominance and the percentages that we're hitting based off of a few specific percentages around the Fibonacci. He says Bitcoin dominance made a lot of progress towards the 0.786 fibs since this last post, and it's pretty much a post that he made back in November about Bitcoin dominance, and pretty much if we get to this region, how the altcoin and Bitcoin pairs are pretty much going to be reacting. But based off of this post, he pretty much goes on to say that level corresponds to the 66%, and dominance already went to 64, so we're pretty much playing in this zone. And he says if altcoin Bitcoin pairs visit the range lows 0.25, then this scenario becomes increasingly likely. So we really need to keep up with these specific percentages. I don't think that we're going to really be breaking above into that 70% zone. I think more than likely it's going to be happening at the end of the year, whenever price action around Bitcoin actually goes super parabolic. But at the end of the day, this is something that we really need to keep up with, and I'm going to be keeping you guys updated with it. New to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. Overall, Justin Bennett talks about exactly the price action around Ethereum, and I talked about this in a few episodes, and pretty much us reclaiming specific zones so that liquidity can start shifting back for our altcoins. He goes on to say that might be all the downside we get from the Bitcoin and ETH chart for now. Areas like this on Ethereum look ripe for a retest going into Friday's NFP. So we pretty much have some data coming out tomorrow, guys, with the NFP, which is really important, and this is going to let us know exactly how the markets are going to be closing out, the US stock markets, and then on top of that, how Ethereum and the price action around the crypto markets is going to be affected. A recovery above 2815 should do it. Let's see. And we have been seeing some pretty ugly price action, guys, around Ethereum. Overall, if you look at the daily right now, we can see a little bit of green sitting at 26.99, but we need to be reclaiming that 2800 zone. Justin Bennett's talking about 2815, just to reclaim where we were seeing at the beginning of the week and then prior to that. But I would like to see it close above 2850. At the end of the day, though, this is where we need to keep up with the price action and really see how the markets are going to be having an effect, especially when the NFP data comes out tomorrow, which is why you need to keep up with the day-to-day events, guys. Really important. I saw a great post from Crypt Intelligence X, and pretty much talking about why the altcoin market didn't rip up automatically, and is altcoin season even going to be happening? And he pretty much says, what happened to the altcoin market? Where do we go from here? Is Q1 still bullish? What to do? And he says this is a great analysis, guys. You should probably go follow Crypt Intelligence X. I just found him today, and this was a great post talking about exactly the price action in the markets, why everyone thinks everything is dead, and exactly why everything is going the way it's going. He goes on to say for the last few weeks, the altcoin market's others chart was always closing above a key high time frame support level and tried to break out to the upside, which only resulted in a high time frame lower high high at 400 billion. What we witnessed last weekend is unique. We all should know by now what the crypto market is the crypto market is highly manipulated by MMs, exchanges, and liquidity providers. They occasionally go on a liquidity hunt, forcing prices to rise or fall above or below certain levels to liquidate leveraged positions, longs and shorts. And guys, we literally saw that not too long ago. Over like 10 billion in liquidation that had happened, which is one of the biggest liquidations we had ever seen, guys, in crypto history. However, in the last 48 hours, they not only went to the next nearest liquidity level, they did so all at once, resulting in 2.2 billion in liquidations. Bybit CEO even says 8 to 10 billion, which is what I just said right there. And the altcoins market dropped to its range high of summer 2024 in a quick 4-hour candle, which is freaking crazy, guys, if you understand price action around the markets or anything. I don't know if that move was a software bug triggering too many bots at once, or an orchestrated move to grab max liquidity as quickly as possible and cash out. But what I do know is that the market lost my key level of 305 billion and no longer looks good. With that, my bullish Q1 thesis was invalidated. What does this does not mean that Q1 can't turn out to be bullish. It surely can, should the structure turn bullish again. And given how quickly the markets move nowadays, that might as well happen within 2 weeks. However, my original thesis is no longer intact since key levels were lost. And guys, this is super important just to show you guys how pretty much the price action in the markets is consecutively changing. Specific indicators where people are kind of drawing lines in order to determine where validation needs to be drawn is really getting out of whack. And this is why altcoin investors are getting really, getting crazy. Altcoin investors don't even think that altcoin season is going to be happening, but most people that understand how each cycle, pertains and how everything reacts, we have an understanding of how everything is moving. But with this, reaction in the markets, has a lot of people freaking out because of how much liquidity was pretty much squeezed out of the markets. But this gives a great perspective as to what caused a lot of the liquidity shifts, why things start to dip based off of pretty much the MMs and how they pretty much manipulate the markets. This was a great post talking about exactly the ins and outs of how liquidity shifts. This is still a reason to be super bullish, but understand exactly why everything gets manipulated the way it does. Very great post. He deserves a follow. Go follow the guy. Overall, CryptoCon, guys, talks about price action around Bitcoin and altcoins and exactly when we're going to start seeing that huge rip up. And pretty much, guys, we're on the verge. I talked about how it's pretty much about 30 days out, maybe a little bit longer, but overall, that's the time frame that we're looking at. And it's pretty much based off of these specific ranges with Bitcoin after halvings and everything like that. So far this cycle, Bitcoin has spent about 583 days ranging, going sideways, or about 19.5 months or 1.6 years. By contrast, Bitcoin has spent just 175 days making meaningful price action to the upside, or a little less than 6 months. That means most of the time here you spend waiting. Just remember that the next 30 days plus sprint of great price action is totally worth that wait. Patience is important. And right now, guys, you can see pretty much the price action from 2023 moving into 2024 and now moving into 2025, and exactly when we start to see that sideways price action, or that ranging that he's talking about. And then from there, that pretty much rip up after a few specific increments of days. And we're pretty much on the cusp of that. This is pretty much saying that more than likely we're like around 37 days out from the huge rip up. And I've been anticipating altcoin season happening, guys, at the end of February moving into March, which is so bullish. This is pretty much just aligning with my thesis and the thesis with a lot of altcoin investors. But overall, swiping everything to the side, guys, that is exactly what is going on in the markets. Indicators around Bitcoin dominance are shooting up. Price action around Ethereum is looking a little bit weak. And we have pretty much some important events like the NFP that's going to be happening tomorrow. That's going to pretty much let us know more data and exactly how the price action around the stock markets are going to react. And then exactly how the price action around Ethereum, Bitcoin, and everything else is going to react as well. Right now, we're pretty much still on track to see altcoins rip up at the end of February moving into March. Right now is really key, though, to keep up with the price action around these specific assets and these indicators to really let us know when everything is about to move out. But overall, guys, that is currently what is going on. I want to run you guys back through every single thing just to give you a quick synopsis of what's happening, and then from there, what exactly I am doing. So Bitcoin is still trading sideways, sitting at around 96,000. Ethereum as well, sitting at 26 26.99. We do need to see a close for Ethereum sitting at around 28.15 at least. That's what Justin Bennett was saying based off of his price action and how he thinks that we're pretty much seeing the most downside for the Bitcoin and Ethereum chart. But right now, guys, it's really key to keep up with the specific price action around these assets to really determine if altcoins are going to get what they need. Bitcoin dominance is still ripping up. I just closed out the charts. But overall, Benjamin Cohen talks about Bitcoin dominance and pretty much how it's moving up towards a specific percentage in that Fibonacci sequence, and overall how it corresponds with that 66% mark, based off of how we already hit that 64% mark. So it's super key, guys, to really start to keep up with this and pretty much the alt and Bitcoin pairs to see exactly how price action is going to be affecting everything. Justin Bennett believes if we can close up above 28.15, price action around Ethereum is going to start to look good, and liquidity more than likely is going to be shifting into altcoins. Not saying everything is going to completely correct itself, but everything is going to start in that sequence of having a slight correction. Now, there was a great post talking about exactly, why everything played out the way it has in Q1, the price action around the markets, what is manipulating the markets with the MMs, how liquidity is moving, how everything got liquidated, which is super crazy, and the validation around the crypto markets and altcoin season happening. This was a great post talking about exactly why everything happened and exactly how we're moving forward, which is super important. More than likely, altcoin season is still going to be happening, but keeping up with specific indicators and price action is super key to let us know exactly which direction we're going to be going, and keeping up with the day-to-day events. Like, comment, subscribe. CryptoCon talks about exactly where we're at in this cycle and practically how we're on the verge of crazy price action. We have seen it pretty much moving out of 2023 and 2024 and now moving into 2025. This is super key, guys, to let you know that more than likely we're like 30 to 40 days out from crazy price action. It has been forecasted at the end of February moving into March when altcoin season is potentially going to be happening. So this is why you need to lock in and understand the day-to-day events. Altcoins are down significantly. My portfolio is down significantly. So right now is the time to really start to allocate to the market's dollar cost average and really start to look at the positions that you want to look at. But overall, guys, swiping everything to the side, keeping up with these indicators is super key. Keeping up with the price action around Bitcoin and Ethereum is super key right now. And then also allocating to the right altcoins to make the right gains. I talked about it in yesterday's video and the video before that. Those videos are actually doing pretty good. Go watch those videos, and also just pretty much stay up to date, guys, with the day-to-day videos. If you're new to my channel, go check out the rest of my content. Intermediate trader documenting my journey since the beginning of 2023. Not like the rest of these crypto YouTubers or influencers. I'm keeping you guys updated with the day-to-day events, the price action that you need to know, how liquidity is shifting from Bitcoin into altcoins, and pretty much the day-to-day events and everything else in between. There's a lot of FUD in the market. There's a lot of different things, a lot of moving parts, and you need to keep up with actual price action, specific indicators, and exactly which altcoins are going to be making crazy gains. Everything else is just FUD, guys, and I plan to do everything different on this YouTube channel. If you're new, drop a comment, like, subscribe. Even if you're not new, drop a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the content. Let me know what you guys think of my perspective, and let me know what you guys think is going to be happening. Are altcoins going to be dumping further? Do you think altcoin season is going to be happening at the end of February, moving into March? Or do you think we're doomed? Overall, let me know what you guys think is going to be happening and which altcoins I need to buy. Overall, I drop daily content every day, so stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.